Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be heading back up to Stafford to PWS to commission my pressure washer and my hotbox. So keep watching and see how I'll get on, and for a bit of fun just stop the video now and put in the comments below how many leaks you think I'm going to have, and then watch, and at the end we'll see how many I had.
We'll just get in. Is it on?
It's on.
Is it on? Hello, hello. Testing. That's Dave.
So this is the first ever, hopefully, starting of the new pressure washer.
You'll see how confident he is.
How many leaks?
So what we're going to do, Dave, is you're going to find the choke.
Yeah.
Choke's on the side. Which is down the side. So we pull the choke out.
Yeah.
We're going to turn it to max revs, which is all the way down.
Yeah.
And then go to start all the way up.
Oh.
Up or down, it doesn't matter. So the other things that we've done, so people know for first start, is we've wound the unloader to a lower pressure setting, and we're also not got a gun on the end of it because it's a first run, and it's important that we bleed the air out of it and check we've not got anything silly going on. The other thing that you're going to do is you're going to open your what would be so familiar for everybody, if I go over this side, on a big jet wash. Oh, hello, hi, I'm down there. Dave's obviously shorter than me, look, because you can't see my head. Don't make me laugh, John. This is bad, I've got John here making me laugh. So what you've got on your jet wash at home, if it's an industrial one, is you will have what we call an easy start valve. We've omitted the easy start valve for Dave, so he's got a variable pressure because of his cases. So he's going to open up, and I'm going to move out of the way. Dave's going to open up his easy start valve, which is his needle valve, to make sure that when the engine goes to start, it bypasses all that pressure. I'm going to go all the way, Dave. So just a little bit.
Right.
You'll learn it's about that much.
Right.
Well, I'm going to stand over here now, be off camera.
Because I've put all the bits together, so if it leaks, it's me that's going to get it.
Over to you, Dave.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Have you turned the fuel on?
Fuel.
Little lever down the back.
Oh, no, that'll help.
Choke's on. Fuel's off.
Fuel's on.
You sure it's on? Because that should have gone by now, so that red wire might be critical.
Hang on, well, I turned it 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3.
Put the wire on then, Dave.
Okay. Where?
Don't know. You're going to get me bum on shot now, Dave. Oh, he's got a leak. He's got a leak.
Where is it? There's
a leak.
It's off. Oh, it's only off a hose. It's just a Jubilee clip and done up tight enough.
To those viewers at home, it's obviously just off a hose because hoses hold water.
What I'm saying, it's not off a fitting, it's off a hose.
So down the back here, Dave. Oh, this is going to, my arse is going to be proper unshot.
You can always clip me out. I've got wide angle.
There we go.
Those just pushed together, didn't they?
Should do. And transition to take 2. And again, Dave, first start. No leaks. No fuel, that isn't. Or you've gone too quick on the choke.
Too quick on the choke. Where was that one from?
So, just to fill you all in at home, Dave's got a few more leaks, just on some fittings. That one he clearly hasn't tightened up at all, because it's leaking. What I was just doing is we wound the unloader valve all the way off so that it wouldn't generate any pressure down the system. I've just started to turn it on so it does generate pressure, or at least send it through the boiler. That then has sent it through all of the pipes, which...
It's up there now.
I didn't tighten up, Dave tightened up. And he's got one that's just a little bit leaking down the back, but he'll have that done in a second. It sounds like there's a teeny leak on the exhaust, but we'll investigate that in a bit. We'll do the plumbing today because Dave can refit the exhaust at home. It's a little tick on the exhaust. I'm going to get him to redo the oils now we've fired it up, so good practice. After it's been run, we're going to recheck the oils and then we're going to fire it back up again. Oils, Dave. So we'll go back to our fitting chat that we did last time. We're just about to put a 3/8 male into the bottom of the ST2600, and what we've done is, because it's fitting nice and flush, we've fitted a Doughty washer to both sides, no PTFE needed for the MTM male coupling we're going to use. Yup. Well, Dave's even brought his own spanners. Well done, Dave.
Prepared, mate. Always prepared.
Shut.
Yeah.
You should be able to pull the trigger and use it.
Right.
We'll do the burner, we'll get it physically not leaking, physically pumping, then we'll fire the burner up and have a play down that side.
So just start it up the same?
Yeah, so undo your bypass a little bit. The needle valve, I think it's already undone. I think I'll give it a turn.
So
yeah, I'll give it
that, so that's full in. So
that'll be enough.
Right.
That'll be enough to start it. Pressure doesn't take much, so when you're building pressure, imagine you're putting your finger over the end of a hose pipe.
Yeah.
That last little teeny weeny bit does all of it. Same with the jet wash, it's the little teeny tiny hole. So you've only got to undo it a fraction and you lose all the pressure.
Right.
And that's what we're looking at doing.
Yeah.
So I would go to start this up again. We've checked all the oils. Oils are good.
Yeah.
I would go to start it up again, and then you can grab hold of your gun and you can have a go. But don't turn the pressure up from the bypass there.
Just carry
until
on.
You've got the trigger in your hand. Okay. Once you've got the trigger in your hand, pull the trigger, then close the bypass, then let go of the trigger and see where she's offloaded.
Okay.
So if Dave's left his camera on,
The camera's running.
camera's running. Let's bringing us in, Dave. I'm bringing us in. Ooh, right. Bringing us in. We'll hold it up there, look, so you can see it. So Dave's just been through his first run. A couple of little niggles. So
Yeah.
I've counted.
Don't count. Don't give it away.
Don't give it away, but
Don't give it away. Don't forget, you got to guess.
I've counted
how many leaks.
I've counted more than no leaks.
Don't show them the back of the van.
No, I'm not going to show them the back of the van. Is it? Could I tell him it's quite wet? I think it would be fair to tell him it's quite wet.
It's quite dry.
It's not dry.
It is.
Anyway, so we've been through his first run. Dave sorted out his couple of leaks. We were just talking when we were running it about the benefits. So one of the things we've done with this is we've over-spec'd the engine for the pump. So normally when we build these builds, people will spec the pump exactly for the engine. The engine will run heavily under load. And we had a long chat about whether to fit this with an 18 horsepower engine, which is what the pump is
Designed for.
build is the required horsepower, or building it on a 23 and having something with a little bit more guts. Now what it means is when we were just running it with the revs turned down, you were generating probably 25, 27 litres a minute, but at the full 200 bar without
200 bars coming through, yeah.
So you'll be able to run this thing on idle, which is going to be awesome. We're now going to transition out, so Dave will do some fancy editing, and we're going to connect the boiler up, and we're going to give the boiler a first run, and I'm going to run through with Dave how to get the best out of his boiler for this size machine. Just
Hang on, we've got the lunges.
Oh, stretching out before we run these machines. Ooh. Oh, we got a deep lunge there, Dave. Ooh. Not quite, I'm just feeling a bit
Over lunged.
So we've run the cold water. So if we were running so if this was an Alpha that we built, like an Alpha compact that we built, not one that Dave's built, we would have followed the same
Procedure.
startup procedure. So what we've done is we've run it without turning the boiler on. We've made sure that now we're watertight.
Yeah.
There was more than no leaks.
Most of them were Jubilee clips.
I'm saying nothing, right? Dave's trying to give it away to give you a clue, but I'm saying nothing. There was just more than zero leaks.
Count the Jubilee clips and you won't have a clue.
So we've run it up, and what we've done is we've given it more than a few minutes as well. So the engine's starting to free up. We're not getting that puff of smoke when we start it because it tips up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run the boiler. Now this applies, so this is a little bit for the people that might buy an Alpha boiler from us, and they might have had it shipped.
Because you can get the boiler separately to add on to your machine.
You can buy this to add on, and you can buy that to bolt in your machine. So you could have brought this, you have brought it, and you could have had it shipped to you, and you could have bolted it on at home, and then you're ready to start it up for the first time. So what we do, and Dave's come and put the camera all the way over there, which I'm going to bring in and then put back. So in Dave's van, and I'll show you a picture, somewhere at the back you'll see he's put the fuel tank at the back, so that there is where Dave's put the fuel. Hi Dave. Hi mate. That's where Dave's put the tank, and I'm sure he'll put a feed in, and it's got long, really long fuel hoses that go to it. It's half height for you, so it might fit all of me in. Right, so he's put it all the way at the back. So what we do is we want to prime it with fuel first. Okay, so remember these are a simple boiler, so we don't run flame failure, we don't run loads of different sensors. So if this doesn't see if it doesn't see fuel, it'll spit and fart and smoke and do all nasty stuff. Guarantee if you put the sensors on, it won't work when you come to run it. Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on, and we can hear the fan blowing. And what should be happening is right the way at the back, if Dave's put fuel in, he's put the pipes on the right way round.
I can see the fuel coming through.
He's going to be watching the fuel down the back. We go in with that, Dave. Is that far? Will that go far enough in? Dave's looking at his green pipes down the back. Somewhere there.
I think it's full, but down to see a bit moving now.
Oh yeah, and we're looking for the air going backwards, so after we turn, we're looking for it going backwards. You think we've got them on the right way round? Because I'm not seeing the fuel filter full. We'll leave that there, we'll go take a look. Sorry, Dave had got it right, it just happened to be that the pipes were full, so we couldn't see any air coming back. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch it off, we're going to start the engine, then we're going to turn the boiler on when you with the engine running, so it'll start. It will smoke a bit when it first starts because it's new and it's going to smell and all the rest of it. And then what the test we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the boiler stops when we let go of the trigger. We're going to make sure the boiler stops on the thermostat. Yeah. It passes those two tests, doesn't leak and stops smoking after a minute or so. 2 minutes.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. And then I'm going to tell Dave, because it'll be noisy when it's running, I'm going to tell Dave while it's running how to get the best out of his machine. And that's kicking out some steam, isn't it? So, and it's only been running a minute or two. Now what I do when I'm leaving these, so here we go. So we're going to bring it in and we're going to do another Darren's top tip for the channel. So for those of you that have got van mounted machines, like Dave, and he hasn't yet put in any frost protection in the van.
Going in tonight.
Right, just see that face, Dave. Right, he needs to get his frost protection sorted. One of the things you can do to help protect yourself is when you finish running the machine, open up your easy start valve. So number one thing, open up your easy start valve, and number two, disconnect the gun from the hose. So on Dave's got a fitting that we talked about earlier. There he goes, look. Trying to show it on camera, but he's turning the other way, look. So Dave's disconnected his gun off completely. And what that'll give you
and then pull the trigger
and drain it out.
I've already done it, but any water then will drain out of the gun.
So what you're basically doing is you're meaning that if there's any water left in the pump, as it freezes and then contracts and expands, instead of it smashing through all of your ceramics, it can expand down that gap there.
Yep.
Instead of it busting your hose reel swivel up the back, it can expand down the end of the hose. Okay, it's not a fix, it does not replace.
No.
There's your warning. It does not replace having proper frost protection, but it will help.
Something for precious washers.
Oh God, is Amazon. That's a catalogue, Chris. This is what happens to junk mail. The bin. So anyway, so it's not a replacement, right? So you must, right? And if he includes this in his video, we'll see. Must get your frost protection done.
I've actually got a 40-watt tube heater that will be mounted underneath there, and I've got a double duvet to go over the top of everything.
Perfect. That will do perfect. So yeah, so to finish off, there's nothing more for me to do here. Dave's got his inverter to do and a whole load of other things like his frost protection, but for an overview, so what Dave's up here today because he's asked us to be available when he's starting his machine up for the first time, because without mincing any words, this is a lot of money's worth of kit. Do you know what I mean? This is not a cheap exercise. Dave didn't want to pipe something in wrong, and when we've taught people here, Dave, it's happened where they're putting load of valves on the wrong way round, and what it does is it blows the pumps apart, so it blows the ends out of them. He didn't want to be wrecking a 5, 6, 8,000 pound pump, didn't want to be destroying a couple of grand's worth of engine, and so on and so forth. It's come up and we've commissioned it, and I think it looks, I know we dry fitted it, but I'm pleased with every aspect of it. I think you can sign out from here, and the next time you'll catch Dave, he'll probably be giving you a walkthrough and using it at home. Zoom zoom everybody.
So I hope you enjoyed the video, a bit more of a technical one. It was great working with Darren. If you're wondering how many leaks I had, it was actually 5. So I had 3 of them from Jubilee clips on hoses that weren't done up quite tight enough. In all fairness, one of those had been put on, one of those hoses had been put on while I was at PWS. Darren hadn't put it on, I'd put it on, but I hadn't done it up tight enough. And the other 2 were from off couplings. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to help support the channel, pop down to the link below and buy me a coffee. There's a website there, you can just put your details in, just cost you the price of a coffee, and that will really help the videos. So thanks for watching, bye for now. Zoom zoom.